It's September 7th, almost 10 o'clock. I thought I'd give an update because I see a lot of people had watched my Rahu video. And a lot's changed in my life. I know I made some promises if it would be watched, and I appreciate anybody that watched it. Um, I've been through quite a lot and since I made that video. And I know I said I'd get back, and it's just been a lot of changes in my life. I learned a lot since then. And, things that I'm just beyond. By the time I say something about something or try to make a video, I was learning things that by the time I thought in a week, things were different. So it kind of came to the point where I just don't know. I learned quite a lot this year. So much so that I've learned to probably keep my mouth shut. But that's all good. I do appreciate the people that watched. And nobody ever commented. Well, I guess I got comments off there, which is good. But, I don't know what else to follow up with that. I was going to follow up with some stuff on, like I said, on my book there about twin flames. And I'll just tell you about that real kind of quick. I believe that you don't have a twin flame on Earth. That's kind of what the gist of where I was going. But I just don't have time to write a book. I'm really busy in life. I got a lot more responsibilities today. And I just don't have the time nor the luxury at this point. And I don't know how long it's going to be. But I thought I'd better make an update because there were so many people that did look at the video. And the Rahu flat earth thing, I don't know anything about that. Rahu, I'm interested because of the change. I don't think it's Rahu though. I just think that's, like I said in the first video, it's just something that they put a label on. A name is rose by any other name is just a name. But yeah, the twin flame thing and the alchemy stuff. The alchemy is basically you've got 52 days, 7 of them within a year. And excuse me if something's wrong with my teeth because I dip too much, and so I'm kind of losing my front teeth. So I sound like Gopher, stuck up Barry. Still think we can blast you out of there type thing. So my front teeth are kind of getting, I don't know, sinking into my head. But anyway, you got 52-day cycles. There's 7 of them. You go through the 7 stages of alchemy, calcination, dissolution. You can look them up. It's under the Azoth ritual. Yeah, I don't know them off by hand. I would if I wasn't recording this because I'm a little nervous. But you got you go into the fire, you go into the water, and then you go through a process of conjunction and putrefaction, fermentation, which brings about the spirit, where everything that you were dies. You get broken down where all the good things remain, and then it's redone, and then it's sublimated in a type of rebirth for the lapis lazuli. Some people call it conjunction. It's got different names. That's the thing about alchemy. That's why I kind of stopped writing my first book and I don't talk about it. Everybody's got their own alchemy. You can come up with the 7 stages. You can name them anything under the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 works for me. But there's 52 days in a whole year. 7 times 52. And you take your birthday and you go 52 days from it. And that's calcination. And then you go to your second, and that's dissolution. And you can look all these up and find out what they are, and you just keep going back through it. And you'll find there's a process that goes on in there. If you use that with astronomy and astrology, you'll get a better picture of really what's going on in your life. And I've had volunteers over a period of a year look at this. And it's funny, they come back in my life at the same day, and so a couple of them didn't even know they were looking. I was looking at them. So, and there are signs and everything, and it's chakras, it's all encompassing. But it brings about an awareness of the feminine, masculine, or feminine, or the divine feminine, divine masculine, that brings about the conjunction of the child. which is it's a coagulation. Coagulation and conjunction are interchanged. See, this is very complex. It's personal. No one can take it from you. It's your own system. I can't give you my system, and nobody can give you their system. It's kind of freeing. You have to come up on your own. That's why nobody can really teach it. But those are the basics. And you'll find that all this twin flame stuff and all this different, philosophies and stuff, I kind of believe, well, I don't kind of believe, I believe, for me, that you incarnate as a man, then you'll incarnate as a woman, and you'll incarnate as a man, and you'll incarnate as a woman. And each incarnation does not know about the other. But it is connected, and you'll get some ideas. That's where you might get funny feelings about, well, hey, man, I might be gay, but you're not. Or I think that flower's pretty and you're a man. Like, why am I saying that? I don't want to tell my bros down at the bowling alley about this. If you're a woman, you feel that football's good or baseball's good or war's good or punching people in the face are good, but you don't want to tell people this kind of stuff because that's kind of what I believe about twin flames. And you'll end up with an androgynous type of awareness where duality is just temporary in this dimension, and you're not really dual. There is no sexes in the divine, and we're not split, but we do take turns. And you'll find people that come into your life that say that you're their twin flame and all that. It's probably from the same star seed. I believe in star seeds and all that, or the same frequency or the same chakra set. Or you could even find out using that system of 52 days that they were overlapped on one of those 52 days with you, and that you guys are in sync, and you'll never fall out of sync this way. So it can be passed off as a lot of different things. And how Rahu and all these factor in. Rahu's, I got off the subject after I made the video because there was so much going on in my life. My whole life has changed since that day. And I think that was Valentine's Day, actually. So I've learned to just be by myself and try to figure out how to take care of the things I need to take care of in life and be happy with me. And that's been quite liberating. And then give back to others in a balanced sort of way. I would love to do podcasts. I can say a lot of things that, I got crazy theories, tons of theories, but I don't have to do it online. I can do it with people that I meet every day because I meet new people and I see people that are searching in a place of desperation to try to find an answer to their problems in life and their spirituality. So I'm able to listen and learn and work out things logically with others. I'd like to do a whole thing on the Bible. But all these topics, there's no topic I looked into that's not already been covered. There's a few things, but you just can't tell anybody. That's the part, it's like it's just too much, and you kind of have to learn it for yourself. But I just want to make this update to let everybody know that I didn't forget about them, and I didn't forget about the video, and I didn't forget about my book. I don't know when I get around to it. I've been learning a lot of jazz. Jazz helped me a lot. It brought me back down to earth about things. I've been playing music for 35 years, and I've done it professionally, and I've done a lot of gigs over a lot of places. And I sat down, I figured, anybody can play jazz, and I found out that that's just not true. You'll live 100 years and still not know anything about jazz. So it made me kind of humbled. And that's when I made the Rahu video, because I was starting to get humbled that maybe what I thought about life and about God was not the infinite answer or the finite answer. I don't know, the de facto answer that everything's set in stone. And I started opening my eyes to my everyday God's understanding of the divine changes. The things I thought I knew, are out the window within a couple weeks. I feel like since I made that video, I've lived a dozen lifetimes and understanding to the point where I just say, what, I don't know. I have my perspective, but it is just in the now. Next week it could be something completely different. That's all I can really focus on. I don't have a lot of time for anything else, and I'm really busy. And I'm active and doing things. I'd like to do some more things with the stars. All I can do is just look at them. Sirius is back. I haven't been able to see it. I can see Pleiades, later at night, but I got to be up early in the morning. So, I'm able to see Arcturus, and that's really all that matters. And, Antares and all these different stars. And I still talk to them. I talk to them, and I meditate not as much as I used to. I kind of have some theories about that too. I believe kind of got more into just opening my heart, and trying to communicate that way. And I do some chakra meditation maybe once a week. But I still don't hear the stars like I used to. I hear Sirius, and that's about it. And I hear different ringings, but I look at them and talk to them, and I see, I just feel, I connect with them, and that's a good thing to do. I was always taught that the devil's in the stars, until I realized we're the devil. We ain't got nothing to worry about with evil. There's that duality again, good and evil. It's like it's man, it's me. When I look at it, it's me. I'm the one that can do the evil. We have power and will choice temporarily in an illusion, but we can hurt other people and do things to people. So I've kind of played it safe here recently. Just don't do anything to anybody. Just try to, I can't do any harm. Just try to love and help and do the best I can and let people know they're not alone. But I didn't forget anybody. I would love to make videos. I'd love to interact if anybody would want me to talk about anything, if they'd want me to talk about anything. It's not like I have any answers. I'm nobody, just a regular Joe. But I have studied a lot of things. I wish I could give stuff away to people. Face to face, I don't have a whole lot of luck. There's just nothing you can do sometimes to teach people spirituality. The phone's been a concern. I'm noticing that the phone, there's like some kind of new mental illness with OCD on a phone. I've noticed a lot of people ask you questions spiritually, and then you're halfway in the middle of telling them, and they're texting, or getting on Facebook in a chat, and it's like, I don't know. It kind of worries me about people. I used to have been, that would have freaked me out. But why don't my voice always do this only when I make videos? That's very strange. But the phone thing is really starting to, I think become a concern. But whatever anybody's got to do, that's their business. I've been there, done that. I can't say I haven't been on the internet. I sure have. I used to live on it, but there comes a point in time where there's things, the truth is not out there on the internet. I found that out. No one's going to tell you the truth. I don't know why. There could be tons of conspiracies. I've heard some stuff out there that there's algorithms running to delete videos or whatever. Yeah, I've wore that one out too. I don't know. Maybe, but I couldn't find the truth out there. But there's enough pieces. If you put it all together, you can kind of figure it out for yourself. And that's the alchemy, but it would be for you. And it's your own system. But I would really encourage anybody listening, go to date between dates. There's apps out there. All you got to do is type in the date of your birthday. And you can type 52 days ahead, and it'll show you what date it is, and make you out a chart and write it down. Take you 10 minutes tops. And then look up the 7 stages of alchemy. They don't change anywhere. It's all the same. You just got to remember you're not working with metals. You're not working with chemicals. You're working with the base necessity of man, the soul that needs spirit, that man cannot get. He has to get it through experience. And translate it to that. You can use chakras, whatever you need to do. But and then kind of watch for a year of your life. And that's what I did. And That's why I stopped the book I was writing last year, because I wanted to take a whole year to see if it was true. And right to the very day I was contacted on my birthday by the same person I met a year before. That was a fire sign. And then that wasn't the only person. People I didn't hear from, didn't expect to hear from, kind of said, that confirmed it for me that, yeah, and I had been watching the whole year, and I was contacted on 52 days, 51, 52, 53 days, and it was often the same people would just text me, and I didn't even respond, and I wouldn't respond, and they would text me again. I was off Facebook for a long time, and came on to a bunch of different messages and stuff that I didn't have a chance to respond to. But people know how to reach me if they want to reach me. They know my number, and they do text me, and I do appreciate that. People keep checking up on me and making sure I'm okay. But it's been a trip, and maybe I'll get around to making that other video or finishing that book. But until now, or until then, I've got a lot to do in my life, and I don't know where I'm going. I want to maybe get into some kind of Native American thing. I don't know, but I don't want a bunch of people, trying to control my life. I have a bad habit of trying to get people to teach me, and come to find out they don't know. And that's where I've gotten the conclusion that nobody can really teach anybody. And I've had a couple of close friends point that out to me. You don't need a teacher. Nobody does. You can interact. And we're both, following and leading at the same time. And do what you want to do in life. I'd like to go to Ireland. I'd like to go play St. Andrews one time and a round of golf. There's things I'd like to do. I would like to hike across the country while I still can. I'm almost 50. My back is starting to show it. I didn't take care of myself. I did a lot of back work from the time I was a little kid. Always out gardening and working and chopping wood and carrying ladders, just everything, lifting with my back. So, before I'm in a wheelchair and before I can't walk, I'd like to be able to do something in life and go see something for the right reasons, instead of because there's a good party over there, there's some woman somewhere I want to meet, or or some type of pipe dream, or I'm running away from my problems and don't want to deal with people. But I'd like to go and maybe spend some time with the Creator in some form and fashion while I'm still able to. But I think people should do that. But I shouldn't say what people should do. But it's good to see them out doing that. When you do see them, people getting physically active and doing stuff. But I just wanted to make the update and ramble, of course. I appreciate everybody, and I wish everybody the best. I'll let anybody comment on this. You can call me a jerk or whatever, or call me crazy. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. They ain't gonna tell me anything I haven't heard already 1,000 times. So, nobody says too much to me when I come around. They just kind of get quiet, and I don't know, So, but best wishes to all. Thanks for listening.